Hi, I'm Jonathan Heaf, Features Director at British GQ, and in this new 3-part series, Bags of Character, I'll be introducing 3 British creative talents. I'll be finding out what lies beneath these 3 very different professionals and what drives them to success. Ryan, so tell me about yourself and what you do in this space.
Yeah, I'm Ryan Barrett, a model. I've been modelling 13 years now, but also very much a creative as well. Love technology and being creative, and one of my main hobbies and passions is pottery. So I come to Turning Earth, get my hands dirty and make some shapes. So Turning Earth is a members club for potters, and I come in here, I throw most days, and then I sort of collaborate with a bit of hand building as well. Throwing is clay on a wheel that's thrown onto the wheel, and then spun, and then you use your hands to create forms and shapes. There's so many different handwritings within ceramics. Some people generally throw a lot thicker. Some people really trying to get thinness out of pots. Then it comes down to glazing. You can make an amazing form and really mess it up with the glaze. Or you can have a piece that's not so great and really bring it to life with the glaze. So there's so many creative elements to it and stages to it as well. Turning Earth is actually great. It's a community of potters, and that's what it is, I think. We all bounce ideas off each other, talk about glazes, forms. They share techniques, not a lot of creatives do. They kind of hide it for themselves, sure. and pottery is very open for that, which makes it so nice and very inviting for people that are starting out as well. So I've just sort of recently got into 3D printing ceramics. So this is raw porcelain 3D printed shapes, but you can create things with the 3D printer that you can't create by hand, which is quite exciting.
Do you have a kind of your own style? Do you know what you like to wear? Are you pretty good with that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly casual. I'm quite bikery, so normally boots, denim shirt, a bag, and sort of just I travel a lot. So it's kind of, I have to chuck my laptop in, and then I chuck my sketchbook in, and it goes in, and then I'm traveling around. I go to the gym, play a bit of basketball, but mostly I just love chilling out, being creative. If I'm being creative, I'm happy, and I think happiness is part of well-being as well, sure. Isn't it? So.
Yeah. Edmund, hello. So tell me what you do and where we are today. That'd be great.
Okay, so I'm an architect. I studied architecture some 12, 15 years ago, and I've worked for a few different companies in the past, but a friend and we met at university and set up a practice about 7 years ago. That 7 years has led us here, which is our studio in Waterloo, which we built ourselves, and it's part of a wider community project which tries to help local school kids and local schools learn about agriculture and botany and all sorts of kind of nutrition and outdoor learning. So the whole kind of concept for the site was that we'd have this central street all the way down the middle, and the site ranges from a kind of far more public end to the site, which is a large barn space, which is the kind of community-facing collective space. There's a central street that runs all the way down with these different activities off. So you've got kind of the animal pens, growing space, aquaponics, and as you get towards this end of the site, this was always intended as the more kind of reflective, quiet kind of space on the site.
We're going to talk about how you get to work. I know you're a keen cyclist, but in terms of how you carry all your kind of architectural accoutrement around, do you have particular bags that you love? Do you have a particular way of dressing that you do every day?
Yeah, I think kind of accessories for an architect are quite important. I mean, architects famously dress in quite a plain fashion, often in black. So accessories are quite important, and it's always good to kind of turn up to meetings with good accessories, looking smart. So, a good bag's really important. A good watch. This was actually designed by my brother, so that comes everywhere with me.
Very nice.
Good notebook, good pen. They're I think the kind of tool set of the architect. our architecture's been kind of influenced by this sort of interest in the outdoors and in making, but also a sensibility towards place and kind of vernacular architecture. So that's kind of architecture that sort of grows out of where it was made and responds to kind of the local conditions of the site, whether that's sort of weather or geology. It's very good for the well-being of the staff, I think, that there's that kind of connection to nature, connection to the seasons, and the ability to just fling the doors open in summer is tremendous.
Tell me where we are and what your role is here exactly.
So we're in North London, Islington, Highbury Corner, and this is Trudeau Restaurant, and I am one of the owners. In the restaurant business since I was 17, 18. Okay. Well, that's when I trained. And I went, trained as a chef, and then after graduating worked at a couple of places, St John and Morrow here in London. Then in 2010, we opened up here with my dear friend, Jordan Frieda. It's a fickle business, the restaurant industry, and it's really tough, especially in this city. But back then, I think naive, being young and kind of carefree, and then having that naivety, paired up with ambition and determination, that was, I think, quite vital, those ingredients. We're blessed in this country that we have 4 very distinct seasons, although some people might disagree with how blessed they feel with that. But when it comes to produce, there's an abundance of incredible produce on land and in the sea. And so there's no reason why that shouldn't dictate what's going on. The approach for us is if we can't get it from here, then we will look at France, we'll look at Spain, we'll look at Italy, but that's about it. Pasta here at Trudeau, we realised after 7 years, is a thing. I think if you like Trudeau anyway, if you would say what would be your last dish at Trudeau, most people go, it's the pasta. So we were like, okay, we're onto something there with the pasta. It's something that we're all super passionate about, something that I love. And so we were like, let's use all of our experience of running restaurants, working with great people, really practicing on how to make perfect pasta, and let's put it into a format that's really quick, super affordable. So we opened Padella, which is a fresh pasta bar down in Borough Market. So we opened that last April 16. Now we've got 2 restaurants. Yeah. I cycle everywhere. This city, for sure, the easiest way to get around on a bicycle. Now, I live in northwest London. Okay. This is North London. Borough's down in southeast. So I have a backpack. Great. I get, all I need normally is I've got a small laptop, some chef trousers, and a charger, and then I'm good to go.